Welcome to Answers from the Stairs, an off-the-cuff chat with Chris Vester. On this show, Chris provides insight on all areas of your life, whether it be your business, your relationships, or your health. Chris is a longtime business owner and coach looking to help everyone and anyone find their purpose and beat mediocrity. In his experience, he can teach anyone to reach their true potential. If you're ready to realize your God-given talents, then welcome to the show.
Dating and marriage, and not what you think. I heard a quote yesterday that as soon as I heard it, it's funny, I went into my dad and I, our offices are side by side. And I said, Dad, and again, I'll call him Dad till he's not here anymore. I'm 47. Yes, he's still Dad. I said, Dad, I heard a great quote that might explain some of the things going on in our organization. He's like, what's that? I was like, you can't be married to a goal and dating the strategy. He's like, well, what do you mean? The idea is that in most times, we get really committed to this goal, right? We put this goal out there, that's the goal, we're going to achieve this goal. And then we develop a strategy of how to get to that goal. And the strategy becomes negotiable. The strategy becomes, well, if it's not comfortable, then we may not do that. So we're committed, married to this goal. But we're really dating the strategy of how to get there and how to achieve that goal. Which, it makes so much sense, right? Because I go back and look at any time that we've fallen short of a goal, where we fell short was in completing the strategy or completing the processes or taking care of all the tasks that got us to the eventual goal. And I mean that in the business setting, in our own organization. I mean that for me personally. I can be committed to this goal and dating the strategy to get there. The last time I competed was in 2016, and I was committed to the goal of getting on stage again. And really followed what I would consider to be 98% of the strategy to get there. My diet was on point. My training was on point. My water consumption was on point. My sleep was on point. Everything was on point. But in the physical, in the competing on stage like that, one of the things you have to do is practice the posing part. And guess what? I hate that. I hate posing. I love the challenge of getting in incredible shape. I love the challenge of being as physically fit as possible. But I hate posing. I don't even like posing on stage. So you know what I did for 16 weeks while I was killing my body? Eating perfectly, sleeping perfectly. You know what I didn't do? I didn't practice posing. And there's a physiological thing that happens when you don't pose, and it actually changes the way you look on stage. So I had put this best package I'd ever had together, but I wasn't able to present it like it should have been. So I was married to the goal of competing again, but dating the strategy. Because it wasn't comfortable. It wasn't something I liked. I go back and look at the idea that we're committed to the goal of training our salespeople. But what that looks like every single morning in sales meetings may or not be happening. It's kind of like we're dating the strategy. Yeah, we want our salespeople completely trained. We want our salespeople to understand an incredible consumer experience. But are we really committed to it, or are we just dating it? So my questions, our answers today were, are you married to the goal and dating the strategy? And if you are, what can you do today to begin being married to the strategy? So I challenge you. I'm challenging myself. Because, again, that's just one small area where I was guilty. Be married to the goal, but be really married to the strategy to get there.
Thank you for listening to Answers from the Stairs with Chris Vester, and for using the insights you gained to find your purpose and strength in anything you do. Tune in next week for another chat with Chris, and don't forget that reaching your true potential is not easy, but it's worth the work to find it and live in it. Until next time.